welcome back to Pas de Deux. Thank you to the fucker in the the fucker in the chat who was like, I'm from Canada, you're saying it wrong. Fuck off. Fuck off, I don't care. I don't give a fuck.
Is this how you treat your students? I might drop this course.
No, you're not allowed to. You're an orphan and you're stuck in this ballet school. It's Phantom of the Opera, motherfucker.
I think we already have a dropout.
Yeah, that guy wasn't a ballet anyways, right?
No, yeah, he wasn't real. He wasn't real. If you read the description of last video, he wasn't real.
I mean, he's called antimatter for a reason.
Well, wait a minute. You said I'm not real too, but I'm still here.
It's because you were too late to give me a social media link.
I did, though. I gave it to you like 2 minutes after you asked for it.
Yeah, but the episode... I already gave all the info to Mod. Anyway, welcome back to class. I want to know if you guys did your homework. Did you watch the Best Guy Ever video?
No, I have not watched the Best Guy Ever video. I did watch the episodes.
Band. What else did I want you to do? Oh, splits.
Some ballet?
Yeah, I wanted you to do splits and extensions. You know what? Let's just fuck the homework. It should be illegal. Let's just get right into it. This episode we are talking about episode 3, The Princess's Vow, and episode 4, Gazelle. I actually learned how to pronounce it. So, let's get into episode 3.
Let's just jump right into it.
Jump right in! So, let's see what... Oh man, my notes are more cryptic than I thought it was. My first note was, man, I ship Fakir and Duck.
Oh, I ship Fakir and Mythos because there need to be gay male ballerinos.
I ship Fakir and Moodiness. I think they get along very well.
Yeah, he's really the Sasuke of this.
The Sasuke show. Of ballet.
It's completely accurate. I love that you said that.
I mean, every show needs a Sasuke.
Every single one, because Sasuke is just the best written character in all of anime.
Everybody knows it. He's basically my top role model, right next to, the Grim Reaper and Satan.
Okay.
My first note was like right at the beginning of the episode with Duck's friends. They are my favorite.
PK and Lilie.
Yeah, I didn't pick up their names ever, but they're the best.
They are. I love them. Really good.
Honestly, the joke where it's just, oh, I can't believe you did that. That's your fault. No way. It's the best joke. It's funny every single time.
Okay, and so Duck learns that the Prince and the Raven is in fact a story, and so she learns that the story is in real life now.
Yeah, when Drosselmeyer talks, is something I want to add, it feels really meta whenever he starts talking, because he's talking about the story that's on screen like it's a story, not like it's something that's actually happening.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just how he thinks of it.
Is. Yes. He's kind of like, again, with the whole toy maker imagery, the town is his toy and he's just playing with it. Then we get some more Duck fangirling about Muto, which is adorable. And also Muto and Rue on their date is really cute.
I thought it was a little bit creepy.
Yeah, it is kind of creepy.
Like, the way that Rue just says, hey, tell me you love me, because she knows that he's gonna do it.
Yeah, that was a little unsettling.
Kind of speaks to her character a bit.
Yes, definitely.
She's like the stereotypical prima ballerina alpha bitch, though, so I guess that makes sense.
But, she gets better throughout the episode. And then, shenanigans, and they end up at this little restaurant in the middle of the woods. Okay. And, weird shit starts happening, and then Duck takes her prior knowledge that a story came into her world. So she thinks maybe another story became real in this world, which is Hansel and Gretel. And that's what she thinks it is. She's wrong, but...
What is this, by the way? Because I have Hansel and Gretel down too, but I don't know what ballet this actually is.
Okay, it's a couple of things. It's the Carnival of Animals, Carmen, and a little bit of Sleeping Beauty, actually. It's a mix of a couple things. It's not one straightforward. You could basically say it's just an original story.
Will they do that sometimes in the show? Because I've only watched through episode 3 or 4.
I mean, it definitely has the ballet's influences of all of them. Like, looking at the wiki right now, they're not even sure if it's really based on one thing. That's why I said all those different ones. But there's supposed to be an aquatic theme, apparently. I guess I kind of can see that.
Well, she looks like a One Piece, so...
Oh, yeah, she does.
And they went there for water. And
then, yeah, you're right.
And then when the ballet starts, they're in boats, yeah. Well, there it is.
Okay, because the theme song for that character, Ebby, also her name translates to shrimp or lobster, and her theme is aquarium from Carnival of the Animals. So there is that water theme.
Cool.
I noticed
no, you go.
Okay. I noticed there's a lot of dialogue in this episode that is kind of foreshadowing if you read into it.
Yeah. It's very foreshadowing. Did you finish the show yet, or?
No, I did watch a few more episodes, but I'm still like about halfway through.
Alright. I also wanted to note, this is the first time we see Drosselmeyer's clock world.
Like the spinning gears on the screen?
Yes. Yeah.
Is it? I thought it was in the first episode.
No, did we see it in the first episode? I think I would have written that down. We see him, like, appearing in the shadows of things, but we don't see all the gears and all the visual of, like, the story appearing in the gears, which is used for the rest of the show. So yeah, it's a little hard to pinpoint which ballet or story this episode is about. Of course, Tutu dances to win the day, and it was beautiful, as always.
Yeah, I like the way she signed all the action words in the ballet scene, so that so the audience can understand what's going on. The audience, like they're on a stage.
The ballet miming.
It's really cute.
Ballet miming is one of my favorite things. I'll send you I think it's like a TED Talk that actually talks about that subject, and it's from the Royal Ballet House, which is the largest ballet company in the world. It was really interesting to learn more about it. Like, they step-by-step translate a scene in Swan Lake, and, it makes you realize, like, oh yeah, I understand everything. But the emotion that Muto gets back in this episode is loneliness. Let's see. Oh, and of course, we learned that Princess Tutu is also a story in the world.
Boy, that's important.
I don't even know if I want to say it's foreshadowing, because it's, like, so blatant, but that the story of Princess Tutu is about an unrequited love, and that if she does confess, she'll die.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you could exactly call that foreshadowing, because we kind of have this through line where, like, when Edel shows up a couple of times, she's going, something about fate, like glory for those who defy their fate. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of a big theme in the show.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Oh, I also would like to say that because of stuff that I said last episode, I actually watched the ending song for the first time. It was very Sailor Moon. The song specifically was very Sailor Moon. And it actually foreshadows how the story ends, and I was, like, really surprised by that.
So it's more than just a duck sitting on a lake, because I watched, like, 2 seconds of it each time.
Yeah, because there's some boy, you don't know who it is, a boy reflected in the water that you can see, and that's why she wakes up.
Oh, I don't remember that. I only watched it once.
I actually really
if
liked
you
it.
say so.
No, I actually really liked it. It's pretty good. Any thoughts? Any more thoughts on this on episode 3, guys?
I want to get back into the thing I said about foreshadowing. There's a couple of specific lines I wanted to call out without spoiling anything. Fakir has something where he says, like, when Duck asks him about the Prince and the Raven, she's like, "Do you know about this story?" And he's like, "Yeah, I know about it. What about it? It's just a stupid, children's tale."
Yeah.
Which kind of introduces you to the thought, because it becomes pretty clear he knows that Yuto is like a prince from a story, but the fact that he dismisses that story as being like a childish tale kind of clues you in on how he feels about the whole situation.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really good.
So he's the Raven, right?
I'm not gonna say.
Aww.
Episode 4, Gazelle. Now, I have the whole fucking wiki for Gazelle open right now, because I really like it. Also, because you basically do have to watch it to understand more about episode 4.
Now, that's the kind of thing I want to hear about.
I'll get to it when we actually get to the story part. When the episode starts, I made a note that PK, Lilie, and Duck are, watching in on the advanced class, and they're trying to copy what Rue's doing, and I thought it was super cute.
Yeah, it is pretty cute, and kind of funny was that Duck is worse at it than the other two.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can, visually see that they're on different levels, because, in the last episode, we now know that Duck is stuck in probation classes.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Duck. Also, this episode, we start to finally see some of Rue's flaws.
Mm-hmm.
Like the fact that she doesn't have a lot of stamina.
Yeah, I really picked up on that this time, because, she can't do Gazelle all the way through, and then also there's a bit later where she's, running to keep up with Duck, and she can't even do that.
Mm-hmm. So she starts to show some vulnerability, which is really, really good. This is a really great episode. It's one of my favorites, definitely. And so, poor Duck is alone, stuck in the probation class, and I may note that she has to do developes. Developes are pretty difficult. I actually struggle, even myself, when I'm doing them for a warm-up. It's a lot of strength in, your hip that you have to have in your derriere. So it's usually, she was doing it en croix. En croix means the cross because, French people are Catholic, and so they call it the cross, which is a front side, back side, and then out to the side.
That was surprisingly good pronunciation.
Thank you. So you just imagine that, and then you have to raise it from passe to PK. No, I think I mixed those up. Whatever. You bring it up to PK, and then you bring it out to what was it called? You just bring it up and point it out. You can see in the episode what she's doing. That is exactly what it is. Those are pretty hard, especially because if you're practicing them, you're not supposed to put your leg down onto the ground. So it's you just go back to passe, and then you bring it up and go to the next side. It takes a lot of stamina and strength, but it's a really good exercise. Also, we see Fakir and Rue are in on something. There's a conspiracy, and they're in on it, a secret they only know.
Yeah, that reminded me of the beginning of Utena, where you get those the Rose people having their councils early on, and you have no clue what's going on, but there's some kind of weird conspiracy, and this felt the same.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up Utena, because most people know that Utena was made because a bunch of staff from Sailor Moon left to make their own quote-unquote Sailor Moon. And that's how we got Utena, and it's the same with Princess Tutu. It was a bunch of staff from Sailor Moon leaving to make their own Sailor Moon.
That's just like the story of anime, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. It's always this very popular and very big show, and the crew leaves and makes their own studio.
And they always make a show that is the same thing, but much darker
and better.
Much more, like, trope subvertier than the big popular anime that started it all.
Yes. I would implore everyone to research in on the group that did Princess Tutu, especially the girl. I cannot for the life of me think of her name, but she is the one that basically came up with the entire show, and she is ballet otaku. She is obsessed with ballet. She knows everything about it, and that was one of her main reasons for wanting to make the show, because she wanted to make something about ballet, because she's crazy about it.
Did she do the, like, choreography for this, or did they bring in, like, actual choreographers?
From what I know, she is not formally trained in ballet, she just really likes it.
Oh.
So I think they did, in fact, just bring in someone, but she probably already... I think she was just, like, an all-around person. Like, she did directing, producing, writing, and art design and all that. I don't remember exactly. I haven't read about her in a while. But she basically just had a hand in every aspect of the show, at least. She probably already knew a lot of the moves. But they definitely probably brought in someone to, especially to do... like, you know, drawing reference for someone they could see and see how, you know, it's supposed to look. And so after the scene with Rue and Fakir plotting about something, we see, of course, you know, we cut back to Duck, and oh god, I'm so proud of her. Her extensions are really great, because it was established in 1 and 2, she had trouble keeping her extension correctly. And because she was practicing, and she was like, I'm just having fun, she got better, and her extensions are amazing now, and I'm so proud of her. I was so happy. My inner ballet teacher cried joy. Even Mr. Cat recognized that, and now she is no longer in probation. Clap, clap. Everyone clap. Congratulations. Okay. And then we get into the meat of this episode, which is the ballet Gazelle. Now I'm gonna say again, you will understand this episode on a much deeper level if you actually watch Gazelle. Which I recommend. It's a very beautiful ballet. It's from my favorite era of ballet, which is the Romantic era, which is a post-La Sylphide, which is a very, very famous ballet, which started the Romantic era, which was, you know, like this very princessy, you know, beautiful, very elegant. That's when Point Ballet got introduced to the French people. You know, the story started to become more fantastical, of course, more about romance and love, but also very melancholy, which gets talked about a lot in this.
So is all ballet
episode.
Basically French, or
Oh yeah, ballet actually has its origins in Italy, but ballet as we know it is French. They just kind of took it and went off. You know, when you think of ballet now, it is a French thing. All the vocab for it is in French. There's very few Italian left in it. But Italian ballet also turned into its own type of thing, which is known as lyrical. or modern dance nowadays. So Giselle is about a commoner girl falling in love with a prince. Basically, she realizes that it'll never happen. And there's also, like, a princess or noble girl. God, it's really hard to explain.
There are parallels to our story, though. Although
yes, lots of parallels.
Our hero does not kill themselves.
No. It's one of the first ballets to be referenced that is not by Tchaikovsky, which is amazing. Because when you think ballet, you think Tchaikovsky.
I know I do.
Most people do. Actually, I feel like people know Tchaikovsky's music more than his ballets. Like, I feel like most people don't know that certain songs, because all of his music is free domain, so you hear the music a lot in media. I feel like people don't know that that is from a ballet. That they just think that it's just some type of classical music.
I think most people know the Nutcracker. At
well,
least.
yeah, I think Nutcracker is the only thing, but I also think some people don't even know that is a ballet, or there just is a ballet girl in it. They just think it's a children's book. Tom and Jerry the Nutcracker. Watch it. It's more accurate to the Nutcracker than the original Nutcracker. 100%.
No kidding.
This podcast will now just be recommending bad children's adaptations of ballets to you every episode. Like the Barbie movies. I hope you watch those. Like I said, free on YouTube. Free on YouTube.
We're getting so much homework. Teachers
Any
are real
final thoughts?
bitch.
Any question? Oh wait. The heart shard this episode was sorrow. Okay. Now, any questions or thoughts about this episode?
I do think
anything
the heart
you want to
shard
know about ballet
was rather appropriate because this was an episode. One of my notes is that this show had ridiculous levels of manic retard energy in the first 3 episodes. And then this one felt way more muted, like way more slow and sort of sorrowful.
Yes, it was a much more serious episode, but it still had that, kind of light tone in parts.
Yeah, a little bit in the beginning, but even then it's not like the more comedic tone of
it was very
the early episodes. It's sort of uplifting and our character is growing and we're happy, but it's also not like we're running around like spastic manic retards and telling all these wacky slapstick jokes.
Yeah, Princess Tutu crying at the end is very heart-wrenching for me. I don't know what the historical context of Rosemary being something that brings you to the afterlife is.
It's probably...
Is that...
Who's going? Fawn, you go.
Well, I was just gonna say, is that certainly the context, though? Because, like, Rue recognizes it as being something that is definitely bad.
Well, she recognizes it from the ballet, because in the ballet, they use the Rosemary to take the soul that she takes to the underworld.
All sorts of weird, like, superstitions in the 1800s. I wouldn't think too hard about it. It's just something they thought was true.
Around there, though, I noticed, like before this, ballet has kind of just existed in its own bubble in, like, these subspaces that Princess Tutu creates.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a bit before she appears in this episode where Rue is doing the ballet, and there is no, like, bubble, it's just what's happening. Like, there are these ghosts here, and Rue does have to do ballet to get through them, but she can't.
Well, it's the non-magical ballet because, I chalk that up to just being a ghost thing, because they are ghosts. Why, it looks like that, because that's before Duck turns into Princess Tutu, and she's doing the ballet because, that's, in this world, that's basically how you solve your problems, is dancing.
All the fights are dance battles. It's
yes. Maybe it's because in a ballet, all of the fights in ballets are dance battles.
I do feel like Rue had some character development in this episode, because one of my first notes on this episode is shallow ass alpha bitch, and then as the episode goes on, she sort of feels like she cares more about Mito, although it could just be like she's hyper possessive and
yes,
mean.
I think that's part of it. I think part of it is actual love, but also that hyper possessiveness. I really liked the development of Rue in this episode. It was very nice. If you didn't like Rue for some reason in the earlier episodes, then I definitely feel like you would start to like her more in this, because you see her vulnerability, that she has flaws, that she's not this perfect ballerina, because what makes a character good are their flaws and their strengths working together.
And she's the actual Sasuke, by the way. She even has the red eyes.
Yeah, she's the real Sasuke. Let's just try to connect every character in Princess Tutu to Naruto somehow.
Well, I mean, we have our protagonists who are basically identical, right?
They just have orange hair. Actually, you know what? Naruto doesn't have orange hair. He's blonde.
Yeah,
Fuck
but
off.
he has an orange jacket. I meant they have the same spastic retard energy, right?
Okay, no, like, Duck is just, like, social anxiety or something. Naruto is full-on autism.
I mean, he's an outcast troublemaker. I don't think that really applies to Duck,
No,
though.
Duck she's a bit of an outcast, but not really. And she is not a troublemaker. She's just, she just doesn't have a lot of skill. That's different.
So Duck's gonna be our Hinata.
I don't know.
Sure.
It feels a lot like a shonen with, ballet instead of fucking ninjas.
Well, yeah, this is just Sailor Moon, but ballet.
I think that's underselling it, but
No. Have you even seen Sailor Moon? Sailor Moon is really good.
I watched like 10 episodes of Sailor Moon Crystal, but that's it.
Don't. You have.
Yeah,
no. Don't.
I stopped because I didn't like it.
Damn it, do we have to start a fucking Sailor Moon podcast now? Because I know everything about Sailor Moon.
I mean, it is my plan to eventually indulge in it. I was thinking maybe the manga would be better, because I think that kind of...
The manga is very good. But the anime is also good in its own way. I have an episode guide, so you can skip all the useless fillers.
yeah, I think with anything super long form, it's better to just read the manga, because you can, it just progresses so much faster. You can shred it in a month
and
or
they
two.
have those really nice box sets of the mangas now.
If you want to actually spend money on manga.
I want them, but I don't have money! Oh shit. Hold on. Let me go get my thing. I'll be right back. Talk about something.
So, Pawn,
Yes.
what are we talking about? One of my notes I have on this episode is, why the fuck are there so many penguins in anime? Because the pianist was a penguin. Why do you think that is? Why are there so many penguins
he was
in
a
anime?
penguin. And then, I don't know, man. That was my first question when I watched Evangelion for the first time. I was like, why is there a penguin?
What,
They're really...
Mawaru Penguin
Penguins
Drum?
are cool!
Why are there penguins in Mawaru Penguin Drum? Why is there a penguin in Mayoiga? Why is there a penguin in this show?
There's a penguin in Evangelion. They're just everywhere.
Fucking
Penguins
epidemic.
are cool. Penguins scientifically proven to like anime.
Oh man, do we have time for a fun short story?
Go ahead.
So back when I was in high school, me and a couple of my friends decided to write like a story with the conceit that we would each write a chapter, then pass it to the next person, and then based entirely on that chapter, the person would write the next one.
Oh,
And
like the BronyCon comic thing.
It's a chain novel.
So we just did that in a circle a few times, and a major theme was like gods of certain subjects, like, you know, god of darkness and lightness and whatever, because we were like edgy teenagers.
Yeah.
But one of my friends wrote in a god of penguins.
Hell yeah!
We all hated it. I killed her.
Oh.
I killed her off, and in doing so, killed
You killed
every penguin on planet Earth.
No!
You killed your friend?
And then No, I killed the god of penguins. And then she wrote in the ghost of the god of penguins, who I then killed off again.
No, don't. Let the penguins.
It was a fun time.
But what about Pen Pen?
Oh. Anyway, I got the thing!
Yeah, so what's this about?
Yeah, what did you run to go get?
I went to get my Sailor Moon toy!
Well, we can't even see that.
I'll post a pic in chat. But listen to it. It's great.
It sounds like magic, but I can't discern anything else.
Magical! Because it's the transformation pendant. Compact. Fucking whatever it's called. It's the Cosmic Heart Compact from season 2. Because I'm a loser.
English words.
Yes,
I don't know
they
what they
are
mean.
actually in English. You idiot.
They're English words, but they form no discernible
Yeah.
thing.
Here, this is a message. Whatever company out there owns Princess Tutu, you better be making merchandise. Give the rights to Bandai. Have them make 1 million merchandise. I want a Princess Tutu pendant and other shit. I don't just want the $200 fucking Blu-ray set. I want more. Make the sword. I don't know.
She would be a great figure to own.
Yes, there are only garage kits of her, and they're all beautiful, and I want them, but I can't because they're garage kits.
Yeah, I don't own any figures, but I might buy one of her because she's pretty fucking cute.
Well, you can't because they're only garage kits.
You're supposed to pose ballerinas, right? That makes sense.
Yeah,
Whoa.
Ballet was the original JoJo. It's all about the poses.
This podcast is going in 1 million directions and none of them are entertaining.
I know, they are. Fuck off. I don't care. I'm gonna ban you.
You can't do that.
She's gonna expel you.
She can't expel me.
Yeah, I will expel you.
I don't exist.
Get back in your sleeping bag. I don't know. I would like to introduce a vocab word. I have to look at it. Hold on.
If you pronounce it wrong, I will be very disappointed.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't live in the France, and neither do you.
There's a freeze pop song. Parlez-vous français?
Français, not franquais.
Français?
Français.
Parlez-vous français?
Parlez-vous français? Oui.
Parlez-vous français? Kill yourself.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Listen, I'm Ukrainian. I'm not a French. That is like the complete opposite of a French.
I'm American, so I don't know anything.
I'm from America.
Yeah, that's exactly what I sound like.
Okay, our vocab word of the day is susu. S-O-U-S-S-U-S. Susu. Which
Susu?
means under over.
Susu. It means,
Susu.
I think,
No, you say it's susu because it's the tempo of the motion when you're doing the dance. Because you do glissade, su. You're in fifth,
Glissade,
and you
susu.
rise, and you releve, and then you squeeze together your legs, and that's susu. Because one foot is over the other.
oh, so it's like au-dessus. Because au-dessus means on top of.
Yes. Yeah.
And the releve is I think it's the passe something
Releve is to rise.
of lift up in
Yeah.
French.
So do you just want to keep insulting me for saying all fucking French wrong?
I'm not insulting you. I'm just
I think
being
we need
very
to stop,
smug.
like
Enough!
really soon.
Enough! I guess that's the end of the podcast.
Yeah, we've
Your
been going on
homework.
for a long time.
Your homework is to watch Gazelle and Swan Lake. I'm Squid Miku, Mr. Squid.
I'm Pawn.
I'm Buonomo, I guess, on this one. I'm Jacob. I was on the other podcast.
No one gives a fuck. And that's the end. Please do your homework. And the next podcast will cover episode 5 on the night of the Fire Festival, and episode 6, Dreaming Aurora. I wonder what that episode will be about.
Man, I wonder.
I actually wonder.
I've never seen Disney's Sleeping Beauty.
Spoilers! Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Ba-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da.